big day at Sha Tin on Sunday with 11 races on the programme. The Griffins are back to kick things off, and it's a strong programme as well, not just on the turf but the all-weather as well. We're looking at two of the key races on today's show. I'm Andrew Jones. Please say I'm joined by our form analyst in Paul Alley and race caller Tom Wood as well. Tom, a couple of Class 3s, a really good Class 2 on the all-weather, looks wide open towards the end of the programme.
Certainly does, Andrew. That comes up as race number 10 over the 1,200 metres. We've got 7 races through the course of the afternoon on Sunday with the 1,200 metres in operation. That final race on the programme. Certainly the top half of the field looks pretty good. It drops away towards the bottom half of the field, but competitive through the course of the afternoon. And I wonder what the weather will do, because we're in a T1 here at the moment, but it could be a bit of weather around tomorrow as well.
Yeah, it's been very blustery and a fair bit of rain around as well. Paul, the big TT went off last weekend. What have we got this week?
Well, we've got a good one. We've got a 6-up jackpot that didn't go off, and 8.6 million goes into the pool, so it should get up to about 16 million. So another really good jackpot for the 6-up. It's sort of jackpotted a couple of weeks now, and it's a good one, but it doesn't look easy at all.
No, some of those later races very, very open. There's one, I think, that will stand out. We might mention him a little bit later on. But as far as the meeting is concerned, on Sunday, we're in the new territories in Hong Kong at Sha Tin for our 11 races, and it is meeting number 80 of the season, 80 of 88. 6 on the turf or on the C+3 course, the rest on the all-weather. So as I mentioned before, we kick off with the Griffins, a couple of Class 5s, look at them all over 1,200 to start, then 14. We're going to be looking at races 10 and 11 on the programme here today. So the Class 2 on the dirt and the turf mile contest to wrap up proceedings. Before we get into that, lots of talk this week about the licensing committee decisions, and the new jockey on the ranks is going to be Luke Ferraris. Alistair Cohen from Teletrack in South Africa caught up with Luke this week to get his reaction.
So I'm here with the latest product of South Africa to get over to Hong Kong, Luke Ferraris. Congratulations, very well done to you. What is your reaction to being handed a license in Hong Kong?
I was very happy. Obviously, I think anyone would be happy going to Hong Kong, but a dream come true.
Are you ready? Because not many your age get this opportunity.
I'd like to think I am. I think I've ridden a lot of Group 1s considering my age. A few of them have been, taking, for example, the Met is one of the most prestigious races in South Africa, and I've accomplished that. Growing up in Hong Kong, I don't think I would be out of my comfort zone.
Have you spoken to Lyle Hewitson and Grant van Niekerk with the challenges that you might face in Hong Kong?
Yeah, obviously they've exchanged stories with me, and I've learned a lot from their stories, and hoping to put it to good use.
How difficult do you think it will be compared to South Africa?
I think it's going to be a lot more difficult, just within getting good competitive rides. Yeah, growing up there, I've seen sort of just the shell of it, the outside. But I think it will be more difficult.
Obviously, your father David's been training in Hong Kong now for a number of years with great success. Tell us a little bit about how supportive he's been and what that dynamic will be when you eventually get over.
He's been very supportive. He was over the moon when I told him the news, and I think he's looking forward to it a lot. There's not going to be much dynamic. I'm not going there for him. It's just a coincidence. He's a trainer there, and I'm going to go and ride there. I think I would assume I'd get rides from him, but in saying that, I'm not going to be there for him.
Make him work for those rides as well. Luke Ferraris there talking to Alistair Cohen from Teletrack. Our thanks to Alistair again. 5 Grade 1s Luke's got already under his belt. Maybe more to come. I think he rides in the Durban in July and then pretty much heads here to Hong Kong. Looking forward to that. Right, let's get in to the meeting itself, and we're going right to the end of the programme. The last 2 races. Race number 10, Class 2 on the all-weather here, headed by Red Desert, who was a winner over this trip 2 starts back. Didn't get home over the mile last time out. Will Power, a 5-time course and distance winner. Handsome Bobo, he's got 5 wins over the trip, but not on the all-weather. Harmony Rich won Wednesday night in good style at Happy Valley, backing up here. We've got Gold Chest getting his all-weather debut for Richard Gibson and Tony Picone. Sunny Boy, who chased home run at Red Desert last time out. We the South also from Wednesday night behind Harmony Rich, and CZARSON from Barrier 3 with Harry Bentley in the saddle. So as far as the speed map is concerned for this one. Tom, we're saying good in the early stages. Who are the main horses to look out for here?
It looks pretty competitive in the early stages here. Andrew We the South's a horse that can go forward from gate number 2, but he didn't have a lot of early pace last time out, so maybe a little question mark there over him. Harmony and Rich, we saw the terrific turn of foot from him in the early stages at Happy Valley on Wednesday night, Paul. And Red Desert, he's another horse that likes to go forward, but does that mean he gets caught wide from gate 11?
Well, if you do that scenario you're saying that We the South is slow out and then Harmony and Rich does get across, then that gives Red Desert a nice run, doesn't it? He should be able to get outside the leader there. So that's a scenario. I think Red Desert's going to try and beat We the South to that position. KURPANY will need a little bit of luck from his draw, you can see, but he's only had the one start in the all-weather and has gone well. And we know Willpower gets back as well.
And there's actually another dynamic with that speed map as well, because we know that Highly Proactive is a horse that certainly likes to race forward as well.
All right, so there's a few potential options there as far as how that might map, but Highly Proactive, Harmony and Rich was very sharp on Wednesday night. That was with Matthew Chadwick riding him, of course. Matthew not on board, Victor Wong taking £5 off. Let's start off, though, with KURPANY and his jockey, Joe Moreira.
KURPANY in the main all-weather race. He tried the all-weather surface for the first time last start. He looked like he handled that really well.
Oh, he's done it terrifically. His trials indicate that he was going to be able to do it, and he didn't disgrace. He floated on the surface, and I can't see him doing anything different.
He's drawn barrier number 7. He should get a good enough run from there, one would think.
Yeah, you see, last time he had an outside gate, and he had to make it tough. He was a bit wide, having to cover ground, having to be overused to come across and get a position. Apparently, half of a decent gate, it might not be that difficult for him to place himself. And he's a kind of a horse, if he has something to be looking at, which apparently it's going to be the case as it's going to be a fast run race, he hits the line very strongly. So he's no doubt one of my best ride on the day.
You've teamed up with Casper through the course of the season and also with John Size, and there's not too much between them and the trainer's title. Have you got an opinion on it?
I don't have an opinion who is going to win, but of course, for me, it's a pleasure being riding for both of them. They're both very nice people, good heart, and not just that, they're good trainers as well, aren't they? And for me, giving a chance to ride for them, it's a terrific opportunity. I wish luck for both of them. I hope whoever wins deserves, and they're making the show being very interesting to all of us.
Nice try, Tom, trying to get a line out of Joe there about the trainer's title. You knew he was always going to play that one with a straight back, but it will go right down to the line. Size and Found's their trainer's title race. Let's have a look who's going to win this race, though, Paul, with Handsome Bobo and Willpower first up. This isn't really, I know he goes OK on the turf, but he should be, in theory, happier back on the all-weather.
Yeah, 5-time winner on the all-weather, so he does go a lot better, does Willpower. Last time on it, he ran 5th behind Red Desert. I thought it was just slightly below par. He's shown a better turn of foot in the past, and then he did fail here on the turf. So that's a question mark there. Handsome Bobo's a last start winner on the turf, but he's only had the 2 starts on the all-weather, and he has been placed on one of those occasions.
He certainly has been. Willpower last start did have a bit of a wide run in transit. Now, he trialled up at Chungfra on Monday morning, did Willpower. He's pushed out a little bit in that recent barrier trial, but just starting to wonder now, especially from gate number 12, if he's pretty close to fighting his mark, Willpower.
Yeah, what is he on? 97 now. Jerry's taking £5 off his back, but it's a lofty rating, isn't it, with a wide gate as well. Now, Harmony and Rich, this was a super win, Tom, on Wednesday night. Matthew Chadwick's, I think was he 3 from 3 on the horse now, but can he do it again on Sunday?
I'm going to say no. Victor Wong rides from gate number 4. He won this more than convincingly. He gave multi-million a bit of a touch-up in the process in doing so, but I know Micho's got a good record with horse on the all-weather, Paul, but the backup and change of jockey, I think there's a few negatives this time round.
Yeah, and he's failed twice on it before, so different surface. Look, I'm the same as you. I think this is a lot tougher.
It's interesting, though, isn't it, the quick backup there. This is Goldchest and ZARSON down the straight behind the track record in Valiant Dream. Obviously up in trip and a change of surface for them, Paul. Yeah,
so look, ZARSON has performed really well on the surface before, so I'm not too worried about him. And Goldchest is coming to it for the first time, but generally works nicely. So he's an interesting run at Goldchest on coming it to the first time, and ZARSON did make up some eye-catching ground here.
He certainly did, and he's stayed on well enough there, and that's certainly not his preferred surface, ZARSON. the turf. So coming back to the all-weather, I think he's trialled nicely coming into this, and I think he's a good chance with the lightweight.
OK, all right, so a few chances here. It's actually KURPANY at this stage, Paul, who's favourite, but it's wide market and very competitive race.
Yeah, and so much so, I'm going to put one in that we haven't talked about yet, a horse called VICTORIAM. He's only had the one start on the all-weather, ran a really nice fourth behind Red Desert and was hampered late there. He just couldn't really get a clear run at them at the end and just missed out on third. So with that run on the all-weather under his belt and the fact that he's really well rated, he's won on the turf off 87 and he's down to 84. So we'll take a chance with him and he should be a decent price. He's almost double figures there. Highly proactive, another one who likes the surface, limited starts on it, only 2, but has been placed as well. CZARSON from the back of his run last start, and KURPANY the favourite. 10, 8, 12 and 5.
Taking a little chance here with CZARSON, I think back onto his preferred surface where he seems to grow another leg. Course and distance will suit. I think he can run a decent race. He's trialled really strongly coming into this, and Harry Bentley rides for Ricky with a low gate. So CZARSON on top, head of Sully Boy, who was narrowly beaten last time out into a second placing, just missed, but he was under a hold in his most recent trial up at Chungfa. KURPANY's trialled well enough and raced nicely on the surface into Red Desert. If he can get in and get some cover, I think he'll be somewhere there or thereabouts. Didn't mind his recent trial coming into this either. So 12, 9, 5 and 1.
I thought race number 10 was wide open the second last. You get each way value wherever you're looking, but Gold Chest for me, he trialled really well on the surface, and Paul said as well he works well on the dirt. So all weather for the first time, but I think he can maybe get home at a decent price. That's race number 10. Up next for us, we'll be looking at race number 11, the last on the programme. Class 3 over the 1,600 metres, plus all the best bets. That's up next. Final race on the programme in at Sha Tin. We're back on the turf for race number 11. It's a Class 3 contest, a decent lineup as well. This one looks particularly open with California 10 dropping back from the 2,000 metres, where he was beaten favourite behind Nzembo last time out. Beauty Fit didn't really go right for him at Happy Valley last time. He was a winner here, though, over the 16 the start before, beating All for St Paul's, who should probably roll forward again from barrier number 4. Serious LIAISON in good form on 2 of his last 3. We've got Cheng Cheng Prince, who was third over the 1,400 metres, trying the mile here for the first time. Champion Supreme with Matthew Chadwick in the saddle. It was good 2 starts back over the 1,800 metres. Didn't back it up last time, though. Beauty Day should roll forward. Down to Ultra Express, again, a horse in form, winning 2 of his last 4 starts. Last time out as favourite. Joe Moreira sticks with him as he comes up into Class 3 for the first time. So who are the key horses here, Tom, to look out for in the speed map?
Beauty Day certainly with Jack Wong from gate number 10. He likes to lead, although he didn't lead last time out, but All for St Paul's, he's a horse that does like to be up on the speed, and he's had a very good season this campaign. Super Buddy shouldn't be too far away. Looks a little awkward for Cheng Cheng Prince there out of the stall of gate number 14. Horses like Beauty Fit, Serious LIAISON, they'll be back in the rear half of the field. And Champion Supreme, he's very dicey at the start. He's missed it to his last few.
All right, well, let's get straight into the key races then and see if we can find you the winner. And we'll start off with California 10. So this was him last time out. Paul, sorry, 2 starts back for him. He's been a little bit hit or miss. I know he hasn't won yet, but he looked like he was just about to, but hasn't managed to follow through with it. Beauty Fit finishing in 4th place, and Champion Supreme out wide further back.
Yeah, so Beauty Fit was a nice run from him, and he went and won after this start as well. But California 10, look, they're playing around with the gear with him. The cheek pieces come off, the blinkers will go back on him. Look, he was the favourite in that Ensembles race, one of the legs of the massive triple trio, and he was pretty short price favourite. Disappointed, I thought. I thought he had every chance. I mean, this was a better run from him, but as you say, you're taking him on trust. He's by Rocket Gibraltar. He's only had the 7 starts.
I thought he was disappointing last time out. You could see him being pushed up towards the home turn at about the 600 metres. He's made a little bit of ground late, but I thought it was a below par run for him. And they're dropping him back to 1,600 metres. He's unplaced in both runs, course and distance.
That was looking great winning the race. He was a horse certainly in form. Now, you mentioned the win of Beauty Fit on his next start. Well, this is it in actual fact, right down the centre of the track. The other horses to look out for here, Tom, are All for St Paul's, who likes to get up and race on speed, and Super Buddy, right, eventually weakens out. Yeah,
he dropped out of it. Super Buddy, he's got the blinkers coming off. He was 3 wide, no cover last start near the speed. But All for St Paul's, he'll be somewhere up there giving you a sight, no doubt. But this was Beauty Fit's run 2 starts ago when he won really nicely. He'd been knocking on the door prior to that. But then he went to Happy Valley, Paul, and he had a wide gate to contend with, and he was beaten 2 1/4 there.
Yeah, I think he's a lot better placed in this race. I've got him in. But All for St Paul's only went down on his sword there. He's really fighting. Now, he drew 14, so he had to work a little bit to get across. from his low draw in this one, barrier 4, I think he's going to run a race once again.
All right, Seriously LIAISON, the horse that wins this. You can see from his position here, he does a very good job to do so. We've got All for St Paul's, who eventually finishes in 3rd. We've got Beauty Fit in front, but he runs 6th. And then, Beauty Day. And then the other one is Beauty Fit. So I'm getting my beauties mixed up there, Paul, who finishes in 6th place. But ultimately, it's Seriously LIAISON the winner.
Yeah, so Seriously LIAISON, he's won 2 of his last 3 now. Vincent Ho's ridden him in those. We've got to change the jockey now. Neil Callan will be aboard. Look, he'll definitely get his chance. He seems to be running well at the moment, and the stable's in form.
I think he's still got rating points in hand to this horse. He switched from David Hall across to Casper Founds, and since he's been in that stable, he's been in terrific form. He scored by a nose over Bay Tibbs, had to get out and get moving on that occasion, and just got up. But this one over Maldives last time out, I thought was pretty good as well. So I think he can go on with it again here. Seriously LIAISON, one-time winner course and distance, but just like the way he does it at the end there, really fought hard.
Yeah, Neil Callan picks up the ride here for Casper Founds. Ultra Express. Tom, this was a pretty solid win, I think, down the inside. Really gets going late. Joe Moreira sticks with him, but he is up in class. Is he up to it, do you think?
Well, I just wonder if he is up to it. I know he's got the lightweight here, and Joe sticks with him. He's got a wide barrier draw, which is a little bit of a negative, and he had to wait to take the gap on this occasion. He had to angle off the heels there of Free Fall, who have his course since come out and won. But he got through the gap nicely over the final stages, Paul. But I wonder about him up in grade, but maybe worth keeping safe with the lightweight? Yeah,
look, I'd put him in the numbers as well. The barrier 11, I don't think it's going to be a major problem for him, because he's a horse who does run well when he's off the pace. So I think he'll get back slightly further than that run.
That was at the start of May. He's been back at the trials since there, Paul. And did we learn anything new from this?
I think it was just a maintenance trial here, wasn't it? He wasn't really pushed out at all. Went really nicely, though, I thought. So, look, the horse is going well. It's just whether he can take the step up from Class 4 to Class 3. You can see the horse is going very easily and wasn't pushed out at all. So it was a really nice enough trial from him.
He's closed off nicely over the final stages there, beaten just on pretty much a length there. No pressure over the final stages. So I think maybe in terms of exotics, he's probably worth keeping safe there on a minor line.
All right, so to continue in a very open race, Tom, we've got Helena Baby. We're watching him at Trackwork. What are your thoughts on his chances?
Well, he had all heavy track form in New Zealand since on rain-affected tracks, Helena Baby, but interested to see what he can do. He's in a new stable now as well, Paul.
Yeah, so he's had he had 3 starts for the old stable, and I just reckon that Christo's got this horse going really well at the moment. You can see he seems to have got a zest for racing again. He has been placed off higher ratings before in a really open race. Look, he's been up to Chungfa, and I think Chungfa has really benefited this horse. As Tom said, most of his form was on heavy tracks overseas in New Zealand before he got here, but he was placed in a Group 1 on a yielding track.
And with that those bits of track work that we've seen there, he's been up at Chungfa, and he's won a trial by 4 1/4 lengths as well.
Yeah. Well, our favourite at this stage, Paul, is All for St Paul's, but the way you're talking there about Helena Baby, I'm guessing he might be in your numbers too, is he?
Look, I'm going to make him the each-way play. I just think there's been a little bit of an improvement there with this horse. He seems to have really thrived up at Chungfa, and as you say, he did win that trial by over 4 lengths. He should be a decent price as well. He's currently around the 16 to 1 mark. So we'll take a chance with him. All for St Paul's I've got in his second elect there. I think he's from his low draw. He's going to give a really good sight. Ultra Express up in grade, and Beauty Fit, who did win last time he was here over this course and distance. So 5, 3, 14 and 2. But happy to go each way, 5.
I thought this final race was a little bit tricky to sort out. Sort of a race that's got sort of maybe 2 parts. It's got a top end that probably looks to be the horses that probably fight it out, and then it's got a middle half that drops away, and then Ultra Express at the bottom who's up in grade. So Seriously LIAISON on top. I've gone with him. I thought he could win again. Neil Callan, gate number 7, moved into it strongly last time out and won over Maldives. All for St Paul's, he'll give you a sight for a long way. Beauty Fit, I think, suited coming back to Sha Tin. And Ultra Express there, probably worth keeping safe the way he's been going in his last few starts, winning and placing for Joe Moreira and Tony Miller. But I think Seriously LIAISON can win the last.
4 and 14, my cue there in the final event. It's a good one, though, to finish. 11 races, Paul, on the programme. Who are the top picks?
Yeah, so look, it's going to be a really good meeting, this one. I thought California Spangle has won a couple of trials of the Griffin, which will be earlier in the card. Dollar Reward and Demon's Rock are 2 horses that have both been downgraded. Fireball's been in good form recently. SS Bracone. Master Hero's got pace from his wide draw. Sunset Watch in one of the trickiest races of the day, and then the 2 races we've covered, quite like VICTORIAM. And also, let's hopefully we get a price in the last about HELENA Baby.
There you go. Not forgetting as well, you can get a full video preview on the audio-video section of the website there, hkjc.com. But as far as the bests are concerned, Paul, who's your top pick from those 11?
I'm going to go with the horse Lucky Ruby earlier in the card. This horse, Lucky Ruby's had 2 starts on the all-weather and has won both of them. So unbeaten on the all-weather is Lucky Ruby. So that's going to be my best coming up in race number 5, number 7. And each way, of course, just been talking about HELENA Baby, so should be a really good price. Barrier 1 as well was another bonus with Alexi Bedell, who's riding so well. Now, did lead in a lot of his races in New Zealand as well, so I think he'll be a little bit handier than we showed in the speed map. So race 11, number 5, HELENA Baby for the new stable, but we'll do the play coming up in race 5. Lucky Ruby, wholly showcasing who went well on the all-weather on his debut run there, and Steel Win. 7, 10 and 11.
Main race of the day for the best, it's Harry Bentley riding the Ricky U-trained ZARSON, race 10, number 12, a horse that seems to really enjoy the all-weather. He's got a low weight here with a low barrier, and he's coming off a good trial win. So with ZARSON, race 10, number 12 is the best. The value comes up in race number 3. His form has been nothing short of dreadful, Euro Largo, but he's coming into this with a new trainer. Changed the gear, and I thought he's trialled well coming into this. He's got trial form around Panfield, Tourbillon Diamond, Gracie Love, Gallant Crown, Ultra Express. They've all been winners, so maybe a chance there in race number 3. Class 5 with Euro Largo, and the plan race 10. We'll tie up ZARSON with KURPANY and Sunny Boy in a QQP.
Going early with one of the first starters here for John Sides, Blaze Warrior. I've been really impressed by his trials. There's been plenty of them as well. He's drawn wide, but I think he can overcome that. So Blaze Warrior on debut in race number 4. And I'm going in the same race as Tom with ZARSON, but Gold Chest, he's a big price at the moment, nearly 20 to 1. Wide gate, but he'll get back and flash home. I think his trials have looked good in the past on the surface. Tony Picone and Richard Gibson there. As far as the play's concerned, around Blaze Warrior with Harmony Win-Win and Fireball as well, 139 in race number 4. All right, that's just about all we've got time for, but Tom, really looking forward to seeing Master 8 hit the track again. He goes round in race number 8.
He certainly does. He was very exciting first up when he was able to win in really good style there, crossed them, did it easily, won by just over 3 lengths in the end, and I think he looks to be a good chance to win again in race number 8.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of people's bankers in that that 6-up bonus race with a big jackpot as well. So looking forward to it.
Yeah. Does it make the 6-up a 5-up, or do you go for some insurance as well? I'll leave that up to you. But it should be a good day's racing on Sunday. That's the show. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll see you at Sha Tin on Sunday. We will be racing to win.